Octagon LowKick MMA, and I'm with Evan Elder, who returns to action on July 15th. Evan, how are you? Of
I'm good, man. Thank you for having me on.
course, man. Of course, my pleasure. Uh, about 2 weeks out. How you feeling?
Feel great, man. Just had a really good hard training session, sparring session, and felt great. Cardio is on point. Game plan is working well, and ready to do this dang thing.
Who do you spar today?
I actually did all my rounds with Christos Yagos. Yeah, he's been my main training partner for this fight camp.
Awesome. That's awesome to hear. Thank you for sharing that. I wanted to go before we talk about your upcoming fight. I want to go back to your fight against Nazim, man. Everyone that I know, all the analysts, all the fans, had you winning that fight before the doctor stoppage. How disappointing was that to you?
Man, it was incredibly disappointing just because I felt like I was 4.5 minutes away from securing a victory, but and even more so than that, man, I just wanted to finish that fight out. Dude, Nazim's an absolute warrior, and I knew he was going to come out in that third round and leave it all in the cage, and I was ready to do the same thing, and I knew that it was going to be an action-packed third round, man. And we happened to get fight of the night just from the two rounds because the fight got stopped about 30 seconds into the third, so we didn't really get much of the third at all, but I knew that third round was going to be pretty awesome. So, yeah, man, even now, whenever I go back and rewatch the fight, man, when the doctor stops it, it just feels like my heart's getting ripped out again, but it's all good, man. It worked out great, and God is always good. His plan is far superior than mine. So, I can see that already.
How many stitches did you end up getting?
I think I got 12 in that cut. It was pretty deep, but yeah, it was only 12. Fun fact, I think between my last two fights, so my UFC debut with Preston Parsons and this fight, I've had like 32 stitches in my face. I got to do a better job this time.
Jesus, dude. Awesome. Well, I was gonna say, like, did the 50K kind of make up for the stoppage, or like it's like, yeah,
Absolutely.
the money's good, but still that's a loss on your record.
Yeah, the loss sucks, but it is what it is, man. You can't win them all, and that's just the fight game, man. You could go in there, have had the best training camp, be super prepared, have everything go right, and still lose. That's a fight game. That's how it is, and that's just it's life. And that we got to be prepared for the unexpected and to take these losses and let them roll off our back and just take what we can from them and keep moving forward. But that 50K, man, it was life changing. Seriously, it was yeah, I've never had money in the bank like that. So it's been nice to kind of ease the stress of the financial side of things for this fight camp. Not really having to focus on working here or there, teaching private lessons or anything like that. So that and I think it helped my recovery a lot. I'm able to afford. It gets expensive getting worked on all the time. And that's part of the game, dude. We beat the crap out of our body so much, man. We gotta invest back into ourselves. So I'm just able to do that even more so now, and I can tell a difference.
So basically, you're saying that you were basically a full-time fighter for this full camp.
Yeah, yeah. I would consider myself a full-time fighter for a long time. Anytime I work, really, um, anytime I've ever worked, it's been, coaching privates, coaching classes, cleaning the gym, um, doing anything I can to be in the gym and be on the mats and, just not focused on out working and making a dollar. So, I've had to do odds and ends things here. I'll pick up a job here or there, Ubered for a while and you just do whatever you got to do to make ends meet. Especially, dude, before the UFC, man, you don't get paid nothing. I mean, my pro debut is like $300, 300 and 300. And then all the way up until my fight before the UFC, I was 7-0. I got paid, 1,500 or something like that. So you don't even get anything. You don't get enough to even cover the cost of fight camp or anything. It's a tough sport because you really, really have to believe in yourself because you're gonna just lose. You're gonna lose money. You're gonna lose time. You got to sacrifice everything. And but in hopes that one day it pays off. And here we are, and it's paying off now. And I can't. I'm really excited for this one, and I think it's just going to continue to pay off.
Yeah, the MMA regional scene is fucking brutal. The pay sucks. The opponents pulling out sucks. The you getting to the fight day before you and your opponent sucks. Like it's just like it is
Yeah,
a fucking nightmare.
yeah, it really is. It really is. But we're in the big show now, so it's things are a lot better.
Awesome, awesome, dude, awesome. All right, well, let's talk about it. Fighting Genaro Valdez. It's on paper. This is a very, very, very fun fight. Really, I mean, all your first two fights in the organizations have all been fun fights. So what do you think about this matchup?
I agree with you, man. I think on paper it's a really fun freaking fight, dude. I'm super excited for it. Whenever I first watched tape on the guy, I was like, man, this guy. I mean, he's a banger. He's tough, super durable. I really think that's actually his best skill set is his. I can tell he's got a very tough mind. He's willing to leave it all in the cage every single time, and not scared to stand and bang. He likes to box. He's got a good low kick. You know. He does a lot of things well, as you would expect for anybody in the UFC. We're at the highest level, so even on the lowest rung of the ladder, it's going to be elite level fighters. So, it's going to be a fun fight, man. I think that the matchup, I think it's a great matchup because we're both fun fighters. We both like to bite down on our mouthpiece and bang and give the fans something fun to watch. And but I think we're both going to be fighting for our job this time around. I think we're both on a two-fight skid in the UFC, and it's we're both going to be it's going to be a good one, man. We're both going to go into the cage knowing that this is it. We got to lay it all on the line, and I think we're two fighters that like to do that anyways. So it's going to make for fireworks.
Yeah, I mean that's what I was going to ask you a little bit later. But like, do you feel like you're fighting for your job in this fight?
Yeah, I really do. I've had some people tell me, I think the UFC will be understanding to the circumstances. Your first loss was short notice up a weight class, 4 days notice, whatever. Your second fight, you were winning, got, cut in the third round, got stopped. But to me, it really doesn't matter. I mean, that's at the end of the day, that's excuses. It's at the end of the day, what matters is the result. And I'm 0-2. I'm on a two-fight skid, so that's what it is. So I got to go out there, handle business, and get my freaking hand raised above all.
So with that being said, like, is there pressure on your shoulders, or is it, or do you not even really think about that until the fight's over?
There was a lot of pressure at first. I thought about that a lot at the beginning of this fight camp. Like, dang, dude, man, if I lose, like, what's gonna happen? And man, God's taken all that stress away from me. I've just done so much praying and visualization and just training. I think real confidence comes through action, and this fight camp has been great. And I realize, I live my life by this mantra of like, dude, no matter what happens, just keep going. Like you're gonna be good. God's got you. And dude, worst case scenario, what happens? I lose, I get beat up, I get cut from the UFC. Um, so what? It's just another opportunity for me to show everybody the importance of never giving up and staying faithful to what you believe in, and I'll get right back on the grind. Win a couple fights outside the UFC and get back. But I really don't think that's going to happen. I'm really, man, I'm super confident, and like I said, that stress has kind of left my shoulders, and I just believe a lot that I'm going to go in there, handle business, get my hand raised.
Awesome. Well, at the end of the day, July 15th, how do you get your hand raised?
Dude, by any means, by any means. If it's first round KO, I get a submission, or if I have to freaking grind out a gritty, hard, tough, bloody battle, to a decision, I'll take whatever I can get. But I'm confident, and I'm seeing a finish for sure. I really like the idea of finishing this guy because he is tough as nails. Like I said, I think his greatest skill set is his toughness and his durability and conditioning. So I think it'll be a great opponent, a good feather in the cap to get a finish over. And whether that comes early or late, it doesn't matter. But I'm ready for a 3 round absolute war. So whatever happens, I'll be ready for it.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. And then I just want to ask you one last thing. Your last opponent, Nazim, is fighting Terrence McKinney on the same card. Like, are you kind of do you get annoyed like you could have been like I could have been fighting Terrence McKinney, or like, or is it just kind of like matchmaking, like it is what it is?
Dude, I don't let any of that stuff worry me, man. It's like it we're not owed anything. I just really don't care. I'm gonna be whatever. I'm blessed to have the opportunity that I have right now, let alone what somebody else has got, man. I'm trying to focus so heavily on what I got going on. I have no time to think about being envious of what somebody else has, and actually, man, I've talked to Nazim a lot since our fight. I really, really like that dude, and I'm super happy for him, and thankful he has an amazing opportunity. And I think it's funny. I actually know Terrence McKinney, one of the guys that helps coach Terrence McKinney, Justin Adams. I know him fairly well. We, talk quite a bit back and forth, and it's hard because I usually love everybody, and I don't like rooting against one person or the other. So I think it's good. That's actually a really exciting fight, and I think it's gonna be a great fight. I can't say uh who's going to win, whatever. But I'm happy for him. I think that both. I think it's a good fight for both of those guys, and we'll figure out what's going to happen with me next. So,
Evan, thank you so much for your time, man. I really appreciate it. If you want to plug your social media, any sponsors, and if you want to thank anybody, the floor is yours.
yeah, my social media, you can catch me on Instagram, at Evan_Elder, and pretty sure I don't ever use my Twitter, but it's at Elder Evan, I think. But as far as thanking people, man, first and foremost, always thank you to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Without him, I'd be nothing. And as far as everybody else, man, I got a long, long, long list of people to thank. So just give a quick shout out to all my friends, all my family, all my supporters, anybody watching this video. I love you guys, and I couldn't do this stuff without you, and I can't wait to make you proud.
Make sure to subscribe to the LowKick MMA YouTube channel for all the latest news, event previews, and interviews with some of the biggest stars in MMA.